Well, she's back and she's back on my channel, and I've made a special appearance for the great Kate Bush, who is in the Hall of Fame at last after so many years waiting. And other artists before her, she eventually got her place. Now this woman has too much information on her to start giving you, so I'm going to keep it to the actual song itself, called Little Shrew. It's new music, and this is what it says. A shout out to The Guardian and Ben Beaumont Thomas, who wrote this fantastic article. And it says, Kate Bush, Little Shrew. This devastating film will make you weep at war's violence against children. It's in aid of War Child, a charity for children of wars. It's written, directed and soundtracked by Bush, built up from sketches she drew herself. This 4-minute animation is suffused with both love and horror. Of all Kate Bush's sense of wonder and how she tempers it with not just melancholy but outright sorrow is threaded through her devastatingly moving new animated short film called Little Shrew, which we're about to see. Bush hasn't performed live in a decade or released new music since 2011, but there's an initial twinge of disappointment on discovering that this film isn't built around a piece of new music. In fact, in a BBC Radio 4 interview promoting it, she did hint she will be writing more new material again soon. We need it. The world needs Kate Bush and her music. It's lived on for 40 years, it'll live on for another 100 years. Instead, it's soundtracked by an edit of Snowflake, the opening song from that 2011 album, 50 Words for Snow, a duet between Bush and her son Bertie. Bush has long wrung stunning material out of family dynamics. Cloudbusting is full of the boyish admiration sons have for their fathers long after we become men, and this woman's work about a crisis amid childbirth is so stricken with awe at new life. Ariel was full of this material, from the maternal study of a choral room to a wonderful guideless song about Bertie himself. Now Snowflake continues that tradition, as Bertie takes the form of Snowflake whirling in the night and Bush hopes to catch him. The lyrics say, the world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you, it says. Once again it gets to the heart of the parenthood, its bewilderment, and how desperate it makes us to shelter our children in the world's blizzard, snow blinded by love. There is perhaps a hidden wisdom, too unspoken in the song. And if we grip our children too hard, they could melt away from us. It's always felt bigger than Kate and Bertie, but Bush adds a terrifically powerful new dimension by making it in Little Shrew a lament for children affected by war, particularly in the Ukraine. And the film was made in collaboration with the charity War Child, as I mentioned before. As Bush says of Bertie in an accompanying essay, I think this performance is extremely moving, and although I originally written the song to capture his beautiful descant voice before he entered adolescence, it has taken on a haunting new meaning within the context of this animation. Bush directs the film, storyboarded from her own sketches. These were drawn up by Jim Kay, the illustrator best known for Patrick Ness's A Monster Calls, which inspired Bush, a pictorial editions of the Harry Potter series, and then animated with the studio Incubus. Little Shrew follows, and this is what the video is about, a Ukrainian pygmy shrew captured by a ball of cosmic light emanating from within the deep sky above in the solar system. The creature carries out its cozy spot in the top pocket of a coat, and the animation coolly pans back to show this is the corpse of a soldier sitting against a tree. The shrew makes its way through a war-torn landscape and into the melee of Russian strikes, fired from under the chillingly blank face of an unmanned drone, and Bush dwells on the gaping maw of a bombed building, animated from a photo by Maxim Levin, a Ukrainian photographer killed in the conflict. It continues that Bush writes that she originally considered a child as the protagonist, and some might find this exquisitely adorable mammal whose nose twitching uh, with sentimental and even nauseatingly cutesy alternative and choice. But for me, it allows Bush to actually intensify the horror, watching its sinewy little body twisting in fear and rent by the force of an exploding bomb is close to unbearable. And a similar sequence of a child could have felt exploitative or overdone. And as a symbol for children caught in the conflict, the shrew has such potency. Children move through wars with the confusion and vulnerability of animals, often without having a language to give shape to the trauma of hearing explosions or seeing corpses. They are as innocent as shrews, and as both Ukraine and Gaza have shown, as unheeded by the aggressors. Bush undermines the sentimentality all the more by writing an ambiguous ending. She herself is perhaps that orb of light, asserting once more, as the words say, the world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. A moving reminder to the children of Ukraine that they are not forgotten, intensified by this song, suffused with such ardent, active love for her own son. But the shrew is seen tumbling through the blackened space, never landing, and Bush underlines there is no end in sight for children affected by war, except for an ending forced on them. As the narrator of this piece, Ben Beaumont Thomas, said, the film made him weep for every one. A poignant finish to an excellent article. Thank you, Ben. Let's watch, let's savor the moment, and let's hope that the world does endure in 2025 a new album and new music by the wondrous Kate Bush herself. Why? Because she is a master class in herself as to, if you want longevity in something that you love and admire, you just don't need the support of the fans. You just don't need a good cause like this video is to bring you back in the limelight. You just need to love what you're doing. And it is exemplified in both, I feel, the narrator's drawings that came to life, and also in the story that is affecting us more and more. Thank you for listening. Take it away, Kate.
I was born in a cloud. Now I am falling. I want you to catch me. Look up and you'll see me. You know you can hear me. The world is still now. Keep falling. I'll find you. I am eyes and I'm falling. Look up and you'll see me.
The world is so loud. Keep falling. I'll find you. The world is so loud. Keep falling.